My name is Dr. Lee Morset. I'm the medical director here at the Center for Asbestos-Related Disease. When you apply to be part of our free asbestos-related disease screening process, you fill out an application. To qualify, you really need to have been in Libby or Lincoln County, Montana for at least 6 months, at least 10 years ago. The reason for that is because there's a latency period with disease. That basically means that from the period where a person is exposed to the period where disease is detectable can be anywhere from 10 years to greater than 40 years. The first thing we do when someone is going to be screened is we send them an exposure packet. That includes questionnaires about exposure from residential, recreational, occupational, about their family history, their medical history, any symptoms they may be having, a respiratory questionnaire, and a depression questionnaire. This also includes a smoking history. When you come in for your visit, the first thing you do is go to Cabinet Peaks Medical Center and get a chest x-ray done. Once that's completed, you come back to the office and meet with one of our research associates. They go through all the questionnaires, make sure everything's complete, and also talk about our research program and whether you might want to be a part of that. After that, you go to a spirometry visit with one of our respiratory therapists. The spirometry is a very basic test that measures how well you breathe in and how well you breathe out. After that, if you qualify based on age, you'll be given a fecal occult blood test to take home and return to us. The next step is to have your blood drawn. This is for autoimmune markers that can help predict the prognosis of disease if you are diagnosed. It also helps us identify people who may have an autoimmune disease because we have a very high prevalence of that in our population. Once everything's complete, you have your provider visit. The nurse comes in and does the vitals and makes sure all your medications are listed. The provider will also go over the chest x-ray and spirometry test results with you, do any physical exam that might be needed, and then make a disposition about what needs to happen next. It may be determined that you don't have asbestos-related disease at that point, and then the provider will determine when to have you come back for a rescreening. If there's any suspicion that you might have asbestos-related disease, then we'll order a CT scan of the chest. There's usually a second appointment, either by phone or in person with the same provider to discuss the results of that. At that point, you may be diagnosed with asbestos-related disease, or again, you may be recommended to come back and rescreen at a later date, usually somewhere between 1 to 5 years. Before your visit's completed, the provider will also address any educational issues that came up during the visit. This may be smoking cessation if you're a smoker, exercise, or reflux disease. One of the other benefits of the screening process is that when we do our CT scans, we sometimes find other issues that need to be addressed, be they with the thyroid, heart, breast masses, or liver. When we find those, we're able to refer the patient either back to their primary care provider or to a specialist to get that addressed in a timely manner. Once the visit's over, copies of the results are sent to the patient and their primary care provider. If you can't come to Libby for your screening visit, we do offer long-distance screening. Most things are the same, but the chest x-ray and the spirometry test will be done ahead of time at a facility near you with the results and the films actually sent to us for review. The appointment, instead of being with a provider here in person, would be over the phone with the same provider. If you meet the criteria for time spent in Lincoln County, Montana, please call us. We'd love to help you navigate the process to get into our screening program.